Definitely the false start of a live. If it's still up there, it will be deleted soon. I don't know what YouTube is doing right now, but it was some sort of live stream where you go directly through. Hey, Pitbulls, great to see ya. Don't mind the lack of sunshine as I'm going to step into my vehicle. I am just, you know what, straight up relieved to see old faces. And, well, first let me just mention I just briefly went on, and I don't know what YouTube's whole thing is doing to change, but apparently it looks like you can invite a guest manually, just straight from YouTube without having to use any third-party programs. I guess that's it. Let's see what happens there. But now, let me get right to it, not waste anybody's time. I'm looking for light. Let there be light. What's up, Pooh? Holy snap, man. Honestly, I want to say it's, there's very few times where me, the ranting motorcade of a mouth, can't find words, but like Pooh, Pitbulls, like the OGs, the guys that y'all have been around for so long, and my gratitude. This is where I fall short in just how much it means to me that you guys still even bother when you see that I'm live or I'm around. Pooh, I hope your family, your son, I hope your health is doing amazing. I'm rooting for the success of your son. As I recall, very talented. Please do, you have the mod status, drop his link, share that talent with the world. Pitbulls, you're a loving, concerned mother, and I always appreciate having you just come out on over here and just echoing the sentiment of the many parents of the world, all around the world, of any country, because you're an echo of the concern of mothers out there that don't know how dangerous the internet is for people. Yeah, you know what? On that note, Mr. Pooh, it feels like we've been through so much. Really, like it was just, I feel like we were a bunch of kids just watching things happen. A lot of us had no idea what was going on. But on that note, let me kind of segue, if I've learned anything from podcasting. I know I want to come back. There's a lot of things I want to do. Right now, things are really tough and rough in my own personal family. My mother is not in her right mind. She's giving away all of her money. She's giving all of it away to scammers and celebrity impersonators. I know there's some people in my family that watch this, and yeah, I get mixed results, we'll say, whenever it's communicated. Also, forgive any lag, because I am moving, and the Wi-Fi or whatever I'm using, I need to just use my own damn shit. But speaking of all the old members, and yes, I'm going to touch on the stuff with my family, because I need a little emotional catharsis, and turning to you guys when I used to do it on a regular felt mighty healthier than how I've chosen to be dealing with it. I kind of feel like I've allowed myself to be defeated, but that's not what I'm about. I'm never gonna just roll up in a corner in defeat. I learned of a very old friend. I don't know if a lot of you will recognize this name. Yeah, Pitbulls, it's been ongoing. She's just grown really, really clever and good at hiding it. There's real legitimate spats, moments in time, maybe even months, where if we have somebody, like we had her sister, my aunt from Colombia, stay with us, she hid the behavior or just was able to stop and goes back to it because she's lonely. She left a letter for my father and and it's wholly depressing, and I'm sure you guys can empathize with how much it hurts your soul when you see somebody really, really pull in from their guts and their heart and explain why they're hurting, and you know how helpless you are in the grand scheme. Oh boy, the cold weather in Florida and this engine don't sound great. So that letter, I don't know how much I'm going to talk about it, and I don't know how much I can believe, because we're dealing with, I love her till forever. But she has my heart eternally. She raised me, with my father. She's also mentally, not all there and making decisions. Yes, making decisions that are literally costly. But I'm sorry I segued and I found myself all up in my own feels. Ronnie York. Ronnie York is an individual that has been a very. What's up, Luke? You're helpless. I've known of this Ronnie who had his own YouTube channel, and I think it's still there, with his buddy Big Chap. Shout out to you, Big Chap. They held down a great podcast, Red Pill Uncensored, and Ronnie York and I go back to when I was on the other show with Josh, Adam, and Brock, and whoever else would happen to come up on there. He was always a very loud and proud supporter of the show and what we set out to do, our jokes, our commentary, our views on politics and whatever the case, pop culture, whatever we covered. And he's one of the many that I go as far as to say I think, or I hope, that we inspired, because we did inspire quite a few people to go ahead and start their own channel. Whoa, getting some randos here. You hate God, he failed you. I'd love to interact in a conversation about God, religion in general. Notice how I separate the two now, but let me not get thrown off. Even though I'm gonna add, sometimes I wonder when I go on here and for whatever reason, 92 people will just swamp up in here when I'm just ranting, and they seem to respond to the engagements, but I can't really tell, like, from an individual who's just trolling or just wants to be acknowledged because that's their way. I don't know. No hate, no shade. Or if they're trying to actually start a conversation. With that being said, I really, really want to pull off an open panel discussion, and that's something that I've been saying quite a bit. But as I've kind of put it out on the table, I might be in a kind of a legal battle, perhaps, maybe, it's possible. I am requesting off from work, so my family, my mother, my father, myself, I'm going to take them out, my treat, nicest place I can find, and we need to talk in a serious manner without holding back, but also being gentle about real help. And I reported, I don't know how good of a look it is to share everything, but like I said, you know what, being vulnerable is a strength. I don't give a shit who weaponizes whatever I share here, and if they want to throw it in my face, good on you. If that's what you want to do with this is catharsis, and I'm grateful for the people that come here and that have been coming here to just hear me out and appreciate whatever I have that I try to bring attention to. But it's time to have the talk that everybody wants to avoid with my mother, which is she needs professional help beyond the capacity that we can offer. I sent a report, very, very detailed report, to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and I'm not going to put up any display of faking that any hope that the Federal Trade Commission or the FBI are going to do a damn thing about the scammers that are picking on my mother and winning. Even though that's what they literally tell you, the next step, they say, go ahead and call the FBI. My father wants to go to the BSO and take screenshots. I'm done with the dance, and it's time to just, I don't know. I am personally not willing to let my mother in her, what do you call it? These are what, the sunny years, the golden years. I refuse to let her live like this as a victim that will just be picked apart. And if she had it her way, she'd throw all of her savings and earnings at these fake-ass scammers with their nonsense promises, and it's just amazing. There's such a network. It's a reflection of the darkness of the human soul, and it's always been there, but the internet has brought it front and center. Watching the YouTubes and in general just shows you, like, how many rise and fall channels are there? How many people came onto YouTube or any social media platform, tried to do something beautiful, special, and then they fell apart. They got mentally broken. My hat's off to the many YouTubers that are still there, the OGs, but there's so many that didn't make it or literally did not survive. I learned of this guy named Tuman who just mentally broke, and you can see it if you follow his streams. He was in his early 20s. Terrible things happened. He did something. He didn't want to face the allegations, and so he decided to delete himself. I learned that from, shout out, I suppose, to Turkey Tom. I don't know if I like the guy. I don't think he ever goes outside. I think he could use some grass touching, but anyway, I did preface in the description this would be a rant, my old school rants. This is why I have always chosen to have a platform of any kind, because I like to talk quite a bit and there's so much I want to cover. There's one thing I ask of any of you that have been here or know me for at least a little bit, and you guys, if like Pitbulls or, yes, Crystal, it sure is. And Pooh, I don't know if you're still here, but I am afraid of doing something on this platform, and that makes me want to do it even more. My concern, which has become so much less of a concern. I remember when I had the shout outs from the celebrity guy, I would check my pathetic subs every day, and all, like, that was a sickness. People don't know how to handle, and I was one of them. When a platform starts to become successful for you, boy, I wish it would have all been handled different, but here we are. And now don't get lost on thought. Don't have a Biden while you're live. I was just going to say something, and now it's lost. Oh, yeah, that I'm afraid of talking about something. I'm afraid of talking about this because I think a lot of people that I truly like and that I'd call you a friend. I'm worried that my opinion, and it would just be very divisive, and there would be a lot of backlash. But I don't know. I think if I really hold that fear, it's not only literally holding me back, and I'm literally biting my tongue because I'm worried about the approval of others. And I think it would, if anything, if people that I truly appreciated, respected, and honored did leave, that would show, I guess, that, it was never meant to be. So I'm hoping to utilize this. Biden. Oh, what? No, there's no Biden, nothing over here. Okay? I'm all about Trump getting up in that office. Don't do it. There's always a better tomorrow. Well, the thing I was going to mention here is, I guess I really would love to have a discussion and a panel of at least, I don't know, selected people that are willing to have an honest discussion regarding God. That's, and if you are interested, I invite you. I am still getting used to using Discord, and I openly share my email for this channel, progressivepatriot44@gmail.com. And I think I changed my Discord name because I just didn't want to deal with it. I was like, screw this, it's toxic. And now I've rebuilt it. I think I'm good, thanks, THX. Or Pro Pat Squad or Progressive Patriot. You should find me at I'm good, thanks. That's my name. That's when I didn't want to be bothered. I am pretty passionate about having this discussion. I would recommend any of you to look into Sam Harris debating Jordan Peterson about the existence of God and the Old Testament, the New Testament, and they go pretty much, they're well-rounded. It's focalized and centered on Christianity, but moves to every pantheon, so to speak. So I am so, Pitbulls, I appreciate that, really. I'm very passionate. I need to personally get over this fear, because let's face it, I have not been treating YouTube like I used to. I'm not treating it like I ever expected to be a means of income that's going to be impactful, clearly. But I do want to treat this as an area. Oh, sorry, a celebrity came to my job today, and I'm getting the name of that celebrity today. Who is Al Libby? Al. It was some rapper who just got out of prison. Okay, well, I didn't recognize him. Anyway, so if you are interested, I would love to know your position. You have to know my position, and I've said it many times, but I've said it in a way where I intentionally did it, so maybe you might not hear it. So let me make it clear. And please know I've learned how to live and let live and embrace. I embrace the things that make us different, how we think differently. These are differences are things we should celebrate. They shouldn't make us want to, want to harm one another. So I am an atheist, or you may even go as a light agnostic, because the burden of proof to either prove or disprove is on the person with the claim. So all the literature and stuff, the homework I've done, so to speak, over a lifetime of studying different religions. I would actually go to a meeting for 3 years where we talk about different religions: Buddhism, the Quran, Shintoism, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which is the earliest written text about what happens about afterlife and how reincarnation became a concept. I was raised Catholic, but born of a Jewish father. And then I found myself going to a Christian church and loving it there. And at some point, and then I went nihilistic, which was really emo. And here I am. And I just don't want to be afraid of having that discussion. So I've laid it out here. I'll do a poll, and I'd like to know anybody that's interested in seeing this debate or discussion happen. Please leave me your vote. Or hey, just right now, while you're here, anybody, even the quiet ones in the back, just drop a 1 in chat if you would be interested in watching a live stream like that. I am able to effectively pull off live streams and coordinate and make sure we get some good guests. So at least I feel confident with that. Being on YouTube as long as I have enough. I've done enough networking. I'm friends with enough people that are really up and coming, or quite honestly, they're there. They've been able to quit their job. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that whenever this happens. And I'm gonna shoot by George for Monday. Monday, I'm gonna go for this big scary panel. Thank you, Pitbulls. Angel, always watching. Perchance, Angel, and thank you for that. I have to ask, are you my old friend from way back when I lived in the trailer parks? Cause I don't know, your name and even just the circle A kind of gives me the vibe. Like, if you're my old friend Angel, let me know, cause that would be amazing. But thank you. If there's anything I ever try to make sure pierces through the screen. Okay. Well, South Louisiana. Shout out to Angel in South Louisiana. And I appreciate those that, if you don't comment and you're more comfortable just not commenting, the fact that you do really, really, just, I don't know, emboldens me, and it gives me a little bit of hope. I'm proud of anybody that does that. As somebody that dealt with anxiety for over a decade, trust me, I appreciate anybody that takes the time to reach out. And that's what this has always been about from the beginning. But oh my goodness, how much has happened in life. So, okay, with that being said, I don't know if I'm going to see my mother right now. Her sleep schedule is all whacked out. I hope I don't see her on the phone. This is my first time seeing her since the letter she left my father and I, which is very, very personal. So I don't even know how much I want to share. But I want to share. Like, this is a vlog. This is my catharsis. This is my therapy. And I guess we're all along for the ride. But I'm willing to share some quotes, which is, I don't like that. I can feel it's going to make me emotional, and I don't want that on here. Essentially, no more gift cards, no more dreams, no more hopes, no refurbishing the house. Everything stays the same. God help me. That's how depressed my mother is. My father can't retire. I can't retire. We have no means. Maybe getting her to go to Colombia is what would be healthier for her. I just don't understand how my huge family could ever take a position of judging how we handle things. It's easy to armchair quarterback your suggestions, especially the wealthy ones. You know who you are in my family that watch this. You know exactly who you are. I won't name you because, wouldn't want to make you uncomfortable. I just want to help my mother, man. She's 82. She's still sharp enough there, but she's just completely naive and vulnerable to the internet and people that manipulate the naive and trusting are really doing well at it. Okay, that's enough catharsis. That's enough catharsis for now. Have a great night. I did want to do a proper live, but I just to be honest, after the work today, I need a cigarette. Damn. Yeah, I almost got in like 2 fights today. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. And thank you for just being you. Good night. One and all. Come on.